worries, no worries. All right, so welcome to the people that's here. We only have one product with today. We usually do several products, but as I said, interested to hear what you guys got going, and also happy Thursday. I'm also honored to have Fred joining us from the Demigods account, my male crush and my Twitter Spaces OG. How are you doing, Fred?
Man, I can't complain. Just started recently picking up a new hobby, and I'm trying to play the fucking guitar. Who would have thought? So I got a guitar pick today, and I'm learning that. Like every couple of hours, I take a break from Twitter and just try to learn. That's that. How are you guys doing?
Very good, very good. You said that you have MMA training today, right? Have you been doing that
Yeah,
for a long
man.
time?
Yeah, that's something I've been doing for a long time. But you have to have balance in life. You cannot only punch or get punched. You need to also be maybe emotional and musical and all those things.
Yeah, I love music too. I love music too. I totally agree. Music is very, very amazing thing to do.
What do you play? Do you play an instrument?
I play a violin and piano.
Amazing, man.
Right, but it's guitar is more difficult because you have more strings.
So yeah, I wouldn't know. I mean, I'm definitely noticing it's fucking difficult. Like you need to basically reshape your hand and retrain it or something. But
That's right.
How long have you been playing piano for?
Right, so like about more than 10 years already. But
So,
the problem for piano is it's very big, right? So if you like for currently like I rent a flat, so there's no any space for piano, so I cannot even play anything. But guitar is easier.
Yeah, that was the reason why I went to guitar, right? Because I used to have a piano, I used to play it for long, and I'm moving so much right now. I'm pretty nomadic, and I just can't keep up my music practice, and so guitar.
Oh, so you play piano too?
Yeah, that's how I started.
Yeah, got it. That's nice.
All right, perfect. So we're gonna keep this under an hour, so Fred can get to his practice. And usually that's a good time to go for. We also have another schedule today, another AMA schedule later today. If anyone want to come on to that one, it's 2 p.m. EST. But first up, Rentii. I also heard that you guys might want to give away some whitelists. So let's see.
That's right.
If we have the
looks like everyone here has the whitelist spot today. Yay!
Perfect. All right. We'll see. I'll probably pin something to the top that we beat, and we can do it that way. But first, let's start it. Rentii, who's on the speaker?
Right, it's me. You could just call me CJ.
CJ. All right, perfect. Yeah. Do you mind giving us a quick rundown of Rentii?
You mean like briefly explain what Rentii is doing?
Yes, please.
Yeah, sure. I'm more than glad to. So thank you so much for inviting me to the pod, which is a very, very, very great space for in this Web 3.0 world. Like I personally is your like audience regularly, and also like thank you for picking this inconvenient time for you, and like so sorry, but thank you for willing to adapt to my time zone. Thank you so much. And Rentii is the renting platform. So basically, you can imagine us as the Magic Eden. Just instead of buying and selling the 100% of the ownership of the NFT, we let users to list their NFT for rent, or just come to this place to browse and then to rent some NFT for you to access the utility. That's it. So we're basically the renting version of Magic Eden, to be short.
Right, perfect, interesting. I don't know. I haven't seen any. Do you guys have any competitors in this? I don't think I've seen a renting like platform for NFTs yet.
It's just starting. It's just starting, sir. So basically, like this kind of technology is being developed gradually. Like firstly from Ethereum, right? And by Binance Smart Chain, they also have some protocol doing that, and now Solana. So mostly, this renting protocol are used for two type of activities. First is in the game. So because you can very easily imagine that there is a huge demand of renting character NFT or equipment item NFT in the game, right? So it's well like adopt in the Ethereum GameFi projects, and the other would be the NFT liquidation, so NFT-fi stuff. Their technology is very similar, right? Just lock up other people's NFT and provide liquidity. But for us, we just freeze your NFT to the in the renter's wallet, so they can use the access to the utility of the NFT. However, because that NFT is frozen, so he cannot move it to anywhere else. And when the timer goes to 0, your NFT will be returned back to your wallet safely.
Right, exciting. Again, I see we've got some listeners coming in. We're roughly
Yay.
five whitelists, so anyone that just retweets the spaces, we will raffle by the end some whitelist for Rentii, which I remember that's the first time I saw your guys' product in the Blocksmith, because those guys are always hunting for whitelists, right? They were fighting, they were killing each other over whitelists.
Yeah, me too, because I'm also a Blocksmith holder.
All right, perfect.
Yeah, bullish, super bullish.
It is for sure. So I guess you guys have a background in building stuff and building platforms, especially like Web3. Do you want to tell us a little bit about your background, especially the Web3 background?
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, so I personally have the background of I'm a serial entrepreneur from Web 2.0. My first startup was in year 2016 when I was in Manhattan. We made a mobile app for like you can imagine it as a Tinder, but it's for travelers version. So because I always enjoy to solo travel, so I feel it's really cool to make an app for myself that every time after I purchase my flight ticket, I can begin to connect to people who fly to the same destination as me on the same day. So I made such a mobile application. It's called Blay. And it was quite successful, I can say, because in year 2018, we have over 5,000 active users every day using Blay to meet new travel mates every day globally. So I even got the luckily I got the Microsoft Award in Tokyo also in year 2018. But then because of this pandemic, the travel industry got hit most. So I had to stop that service. But also it's like God closed one door but opened a window for me. That window is Solana. So I went applying for the Solana hackathon, and then I met my current CTO, also my good friends. Although we never met in person, but he's my good friend. He's my co-founder, and his name is Pratik. And Pratik is the fellow of Solana Lab, also contributor of Metaplex and Solana Pay. So he's very experienced Rust developer. And we start our first Web3 project, which is NFT marketplace for hotels, because I believe that each day, each room of each hotel is so different, so unique. So the right to stay for one night in a certain room on a certain day will be an NFT. So we try to build up an NFT marketplace, especially for the hotel application. However, yeah, we built it. However, when we try to do the BD with hotels owner, it's super hard because they are I learned that they are the most conservative industry in the world. So their payment system, their booking system, everything is not that it's not that advanced, and it's even difficult to share them the idea of blockchain and stuff. So that's why we pivot again. And one day, my co-founder Pratik, he told me, "Hey CJ, I know how to write a new type of smart contract, which when you sell the NFT to one guy, you can set a timer, and when the timer goes to 0, the NFT will be returned to you." And I said, "Oh, this is pretty cool, isn't it? Sort of like renting." And he said, "Yeah, you can set it's renting." So that's how it started.
Right, interesting.
So if I may, Adam, why? So Rentii is gonna mint NFTs as well?
Yes. Yes,
So
we will mint our collection.
So what's the value proposition or the utility behind your NFT, and why do I need yours?
Okay, yeah, thank you for your question. So
Yeah.
basically, because we're a marketplace, right? So our business model is typically from the transaction fee, right? So looks like we don't need an NFT. However, because renting idea is pretty new in the space, and then when we begin to kind of like spread the word, like tell the community that hey, we can do renting, and renting is a cool future. So we kind of like we need to build up a community, right? Because even we build a perfect marketplace, but if no one heard about us, then no one is coming to use us because this is a very strange new idea. So we decided to use our collection, just use it to like build up our community and make a strong community that believe in this technology and they are willing to join this renting ecosystem while we when we launch our platform. So there are three advantages of holding our NFT. The first one is we will share our profit to the Rentii NFT holders. So we will share 5 to 10% of our revenue back to our NFT holder. And the second advantage is if you hold Rentii NFT and you list your NFT for rent on Rentii, you can enjoy a major discount on the transaction fee. And the third advantage is you can vote inside our community that what kind of NFT you want to see, you want to rent. And we will use our team treasury to purchase some of those NFT for our members to rent, to try out the features.
Those are great. Thank you. Thanks for your
Thank you.
answer.
Thank you. Thank you.
Perfect. TK.
So there's a guy.
TK, are you with us?
Hi,
Yeah.
TK.
So if you're renting out the NFT, who can stake it?
Very, very excellent question. So for our phase 0, we do not handle the staking mechanism because it's not universal, right? Because like every project, they use different kind of protocol to do the staking. So for our phase 0, we do not allow any staking. You can own that NFT will definitely be frozen inside the renter's wallet, going nowhere. This is our phase 0 smart contract. But in the future, for example, if we collaborate with, let's say, Blocksmith Lab, for example, and then we will collaborate with the developers, and then we will customize the smart contract so that the rented Blocksmith Lab NFT can be staked in their staking pool to earn the forge. So this has to be handled like project by project. In the future, it's not impossible, but there will be future roadmap.
So what if I rent out my NFT that's already staked? Is that
Right.
possible?
So currently, it's not possible. You can only list something that is inside your wallet. So you can
So what if
unstake.
it's
can unstake.
non-custodial staking?
Right. So this is what we are going to examine at the beginning. And also, we do not allow everyone to list any project at the beginning for our phase 0, right? So we only listed our partners NFT, such as, so we like, for example, if we partner with SSS, and then we will verify their collection. So the SS holder can list their SSS inside Rentii. So we do not allow anyone to list any projects NFT at the beginning. We will pick up our partners initially.
All right. Bill.
Yeah.
Because,
so, go ahead.
sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I just want to say for our phase 0, we are going to provide the most basic feature just to make the system like as stable as possible and to utilize the most important feature of Rentii, which is renting, right? So stable, a safe, secure, stable renting experience, and then we will like take care of all the details in the future.
Okay. So I have another question. Thank you. It is, if I rent an NFT on your platform, does it go into like my own wallet or a wallet that I have access to on your platform, like a custodial wallet?
So you mean if you are the renter?
Yeah, if I sign up for your service and I am the renter, are you generating a wallet address for me on your platform?
No.
Or okay,
it's in your own personal wallet.
my actual wallet. Okay, cool.
Yes. And also, like anyone can use Rentii. You don't have to hold our NFT, so you don't need to become our member to use this service. Just that if you have our NFT, you can access to our in-house NFTs. Also, you enjoy the discount of the transaction fee.
Yeah, I love the concept and where it can go. It's gonna be awesome.
Right. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, especially like in the future, I can really see this being used as NFT. You know, NFTs grow and the ideas start to grow. Like, who do you see like right now? When you came up with this, who do you see using this the lender NFT?
You mean the possible use cases?
Yeah, like yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So basically, like, you know, like for example, yesterday I purchased Bigfoot. I think the project is called Bigfoot. And because I read that, I joined an MA with their founder. And then I find their founder is pretty cool. And I read, oh, if you hold their NFT, you can have 10 tools. So, I just purchased it. But then after I purchased it, I went to their Discord. I find, okay, it's different than I thought. I mean, it's not bad. It's just that it's different from my imagination. So like this would be a perfect example of the use case that, if I can rent out a Bigfoot, maybe I only need to spend 0.1 Sol instead of 2.2 Sol to learn what's inside this project and what's the utility is all about. I think that make a huge difference for people like me that, or like you, that always try to find out what is the best utility in the market right now. So this is for the utility project. And second use case would be the GameFi. That's very like straightforward, right? And then the third use case could be from the project like Steppen. Usually you need to buy 3 sneakers NFT to be able to begin to walk to earn. But in the future you only need to rent 3, which is much more affordable. And then the fourth case would be, those any NFT that you can rent and you can experience their community. You can join their poker game tournament, join their IRL event, things like that. Just hold it for one day. I think there will be more and more like use case.
How
after.
have you guys thought about providing your contract structure as a service to projects? Like, you could do in the case of Bigfoot, I think it's Bigfoot Town or something like that.
Yeah,
In their
Bigfoot Town.
in their case, you could Rentii, Bigfoot Town powered by Rentii, subscription model where not renting but quote unquote subscribing, and you could subscribe for 90 days and you pay your soul and you get the NFT and the token gated access, and after 90 days it goes back into their treasury, and their team has to keep marketing and keep improving to continue to rent out or sell those subscriptions, right?
This is a super great idea. And
Yeah.
to be honest, this is exactly me and their founders we are talking about. So this is what we two project can do in the future together. Yes.
Cool.
Exactly
Make it
as you
happen,
said.
because I'm working on a security as a service product, and
Oh,
I would love to do that.
awesome.
Yeah. So
That'll be great. Yeah, we
I'm
can also
I'm
talk.
I'm all in. I'm minting Rentii. So
All right.
yeah.
Thank you. Yeah,
Thanks.
let's talk. Like you can add me as friend, then we can talk.
All right, cool.
Thank you.
Perfect. All right. Tiki.
How are you guys different than Cardinal Labs?
Right. Yeah, this is also a very good question. So as I mentioned, that this is the space that gradually being developed. So not only Cardinal, also like SharkFi, they are NFTFi, but they with their NFT technology, they can also do the NFT renting. So yeah, the main difference between us and the other renting marketplace would be. But first of all, I want to emphasize that we totally show our respect to the Cardinal team and SharkFi team and all the future competitors. Like we really love to see that more and more people are in the market to kind of like evangelize the idea of renting, which is really good. And Cardinal is a great service. They have open source. Their developers are very friendly and very helpful. But we also have our own code, right? So we didn't use their open source. This is first. We code everything from scratch ourselves. So that's why we are also able to provide a B2B service. And secondly is currently we don't know about the future. What's the future plan for Cardinal? But currently we are having our own NFT collection, and they don't. So that means we are sharing our profit to our believer. We share our transaction fee. We have discount of the renting. So we are giving back our our profit back to the community.
Awesome, exciting stuff. Fred,
Thank
if
you.
you have any, just interrupt me at any times.
Oh, but also, sorry, can I add on one thing that
Yes, of course.
let's take hotel booking service as an example too. Like there are booking.com, there are Agoda, there are hotels.com. So there are all sorts of different kind of hotel booking services. Maybe they all sell the same hotels, right? So you will also ask yourself, what's their difference? So in the end of the day, you choose the that give you the best value, not necessarily to be the cheapest one, but the one that provide the best user experience, the best customer service, the best branding, the best loyalty program even. So our NFT collection is more like, you can also imagine it as a loyalty program for our users. So we are trying to build a service that also, although the technology is similar, but all the rest are different. And we will learn from listen from our clients, from our users, from our community, and then we will gradually like develop according to our community's voice. And then in the end, we will like develop as a very, very unique service.
So what about the rates? Are those up to the lender to set freely, or like how much do I earn if I, let's say, were to rent out my blocksmith?
Yes, this is a good question. So because we take transaction fee from out of the listing fee, right? So like that depends. So we actually we don't want our users to list for rent for too low, right? Because that will hurt our revenue too. But in the end of the day, like this has to be determined by the market. So you like we let the listers to make the decision about the rate. However, there are the choice of tokens at least we can do, because for example, if you decide to list with the token that has no liquidity pool, so we took transaction fee out of that token, but there is no way for we to liquidize to make it into USDC, and that's not good for our profit, and it's not stable. So we only at the phase 0 we only allow listers to use USDC and so.
All right. And did you talk about how much do you earn from that? Like how much do you earn, and how much do the lenders earn?
You mean the transaction fee?
Yeah.
Okay, so for the non-Rentii holder, it would be 6% flat. But if you hold a Rentii NFT, it will be significantly reduced. And also, we share 50% of our profit back to the project creator too.
Right. Perfect. So there is some holder benefits there.
Yeah.
All right. So you, I also read on your Twitter that you choose Saltport Launchpad, right?
Yes.
How come you choose Saltport?
Right, because normally, like nowadays, the choices will be between Magic Eden, Soulport, Blacksmith Lab, or the something called Fellowship. It's getting more and more popular recently for some projects. So the reason we find in the end we choose Soulport is because I personally is a big fan of Taio ecosystem, and also we know that Soulport is very famous for its its stable service that prevent sniping bot, right? And they also have a very good escrow service, which we want to apply as well. And being doxed by Soulport, we think that means a lot for for we to show our credit to the public. So that's why we choose Soulport.
Awesome. All right. I think we have the understanding about what you're building here, and going to be interesting to see, especially once the lenders
Thank you.
and buyers start
Thank you.
coming
Thank
in.
you.
Have you guys decided on any mint price? And date is pretty soon, I think, and then the.
Yes, yes. So basically, we want to provide a working beta before minting, and that's what our developers are, trying so hard to do. And one of our developer got COVID recently. Maybe not COVID, just very, very bad flu or something. So we delay the development a little bit for a couple of days, but now he is recovered and back on track. So I think we will provide a working demo very soon, sometime next week, and then it will be the minting. So it will be early September. And the price, in terms of the supply and the price, like we haven't fully determined yet, but the way we think of the number of the supply is about the size of the community, right? So as I mentioned earlier, that the success for our marketplace is we need to have a strong or big enough community that are willing to list their own NFT for rent, and also they trust our service enough that they are willing to pay to rent the others NFT to use. So the larger the supply is, the larger our community will be. However, this is a bear market, so it cannot be like 10K supply, but 3K supply is definitely too little. 4K probably is also too little. So I just want to provide the answer that how we determine the number of supply. And for the price of the NFT, it won't be too expensive, but it cannot be 1 SOL mint as well. But it won't be something like 3 SOL. That's what I can say now.
All right, perfect. So between 1 to 3 SOL, I think.
Yeah, that's right.
Right, awesome. So the renting platform, I guess, is absolutely the main thing you're trying to build.
That's right.
And let's say you build this platform, you have it ready, everything is working, the NFTs is out. Where do you have plans on other stuff in the future with this collection? Or...
Such a good question. This is so good. So, for now, we will focus on everything related to renting, right? So as the second stage, we will explore with our partners together, such as Big Food or that security as a service project as well. Like we will try to work closely with our partners to provide our services inside our partners platform, right? So we will also do that, and then we will also have the plan to do the cross chain to the Ethereum at some point. So yeah, I think that's what we can disclose right now. Of course, there are other exciting development plan in the pipeline, but there are a lot of competitors out there. So I think we will announce it in our Discord when we think it's okay to disclose.
Right, perfect. The Brazilian brother got a question. Feel free, Fred.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just intrigued by the possibility of integrating with different products, and I was going to run like a little example by you to help me with your thinking here. So let's say we launch our product, right, Super Spaces, and it's going to be a subscription tool, and someone can't afford, let's say, the token to access it, and wants to rent it now. Say we're already collaborating, and we have an interface where there's a notice, hey, don't want to buy the NFT, but want to rent it and see for a few days how it is to use the product, click here, and then it leads to Rentii, right? So that could be like a channel integration. And the thing is, though, that, let's say as a company, we would provide a few for rent from our treasury, right? The only problem we have is like anyone could stake those, and there's a 5-day penalty, like on staking period. Would that mean that we could solve this with like a minimum rental period of, I don't know, a week or so? Because then the person could use it and unstake it and return it.
That's right. So this is a very, very valuable question and use case. So this is why I mentioned that staking, in theory, is not impossible in the smart contract for renting. However, it's more related to business decision and how every project play around with their staking, the rules. So yeah, it's totally possible to customize for our partner. And we should only provide those notes before the guy rents the NFT. We just let them know that what the rule is.
It's kind of like when you rent a car, it's like, okay, please return it back with full.
Yeah, exactly, sort of like that. And you also have a very good example here that this is kind of like, if you think about the example in the Web 2.0, like we pay Netflix monthly. I personally pay Netflix and YouTube, and Apple Music monthly, right? So that's similar to like I rent an NFT to access to this service in the Web 3.0. Just that I have to pay monthly. Although the amount of money is very small, but I pay every month, and accumulated it will be a huge amount of money. But in the NFT case, it's a little bit mixed because we are all the shareholder of a project because we hold the NFT, but we are also the user of that utility. So we are, our roles are mixed. We are also shareholder, but we are also the only user. So I think this renting technology can try to separate these two roles, right? So for some people, whales, they can be focused on being a shareholder by holding the project's NFT. But when they rent out their NFT to make passive income, there will be other users, right, to use this NFT. They don't really hold this NFT, but they can use the utility. I think this will introduce a different way of thinking this NFT ecosystem.
Interesting. All right. Listeners, if you have any questions, feel free to come up. I'm also going to pull the winners from the whitelists from the pin tweet, just retweet it, and I will pull the winners in like 4 minutes. All right, Fred.
Yeah, I'm just wondering what kind of the challenge here in the business model is. Is it like you guys need to be really, really high volume, right? Like that's the main thing because the numbers are kind of small, I can imagine, and you take a small cut, and you're also giving a lot of it away. So you have to basically capture a lot of market share fast and aggressively. Is that like kind of like how you envision it as well?
Yes, exactly. This is how we need to do a lot of volume.
And so, okay, so then it's like, does it require a lot of resources to capture a new chain outside of Solana?
You mean when we do the cross chain, like to the Ethereum?
Yeah.
I think the way we will do when we do the cross chain would always be like, we have to choose the partner carefully. So, for example, I really think Steppen is a very, very good partner, although I don't know any of their core members. But, project like Steppen, they have apps in many, many different chains, right? And how to play it is very simple, like a lot of followers. So if we can choose this kind of project as partner, and then we provide our technology with them, like when they have the MA, we just be there and said, hey, yeah, this is a good project. You can also, rent instead of buy. I think that would be very good to expand.
Yeah, I think that, you have to test this one. This could be a good approach.
Yeah. So it's about whether or not we can find a project that their current existing utility is good for renting model. But for now, like all these projects, they were created when there is no renting, right? So I really believe, there are so many geniuses in this NFT space. So once they all recognize this renting technology, I believe I can foresee there will be so many new projects being created and their NFT, maximize the utility of renting.
Awesome. TK.
Have you guys decided on a launch pad yet that you're going to launch your project?
Soulport.
What made you guys choose Soulport?
Right. So the main reason we choose Soulport from the other choices is first that personally I'm a fan of Teo ecosystem, and then secondly is like I really like their reputation in this space that their launch pad is very stable and it's prevent sniping bot. Also, they provide the escrow service and the dark service altogether. So we believe that they can give us enough credit to show the public that we are really serious in our platform, and we are even willing to escrow 50% of our fund after mint. So that's why we choose them.
Awesome. All right. I didn't see who was first, but let's go with Hype since you came up.
Yeah, hi. Thanks for coming up. I was just having a look through your sneak peeks. I did come in a little bit late, so if you have answered this already, I apologize. But how does the art link back to the project, and what's the inspiration? And how confident in the art are you guys?
Okay, thank you so much. So the art is totally like uh it's from one of my friend who is the very famous NFT artist in my country. So it's all like authentic by him, by her actually. So we, if you look at our NFT collection, actually it's a very very ambitious collection. Why? Because the subject we chose for our collection is rebels, right? So we're rebel armies, and there are four characters of rebel: one kid, one female, one male, and one tough guy. So there are four guys. So you need to draw four different kind of set of traits for each of the characters. So instead of making one collection or one character in the collection, we are kind of like making four collections altogether. So there are a lot of works for the artist to do, and also like we make it very unique because if you look at the art, like we have that puff guy, which is a very rare uh, character in the space, and we also have some very special one, which is the animal. So our idea is to build up this storyline of that all our believers or all the members in our community were all rebels of the current NFT space that were fighting for the freedom of the affordable access to the utilities and to the NFT projects. So yeah, like feel free to go to our Discord and see the sneak peeks. Like we just released one. We just published one female version.
Yeah, it looks like the tough guy is heavily influenced by Ryu, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, really?
From that game, Ryu. The character.
Oh, sorry, I didn't play the game. So you think they're very
Street
sorry.
Fighter?
Yeah, Street
Street
Fighter. I
Fighter.
think Street Fighter.
Oh, Street Fighter. I
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Street Fighter. I thought it's inspired by Crypto Ape
Okay.
because Crypto Ape is our core member. I always feel that Puff Guy have remind me of him.
Got you.
Right.
Yeah, thank
My
you.
friends, we're gonna go with Fred first and then Bill. But first, I want to ask you, Rentii, the winners of the whitelist, do they send you a DM?
Yes, please.
Perfect.
Or if
So
you
to the
like,
winners,
you can send me their like IDs of the Discord. Then I think I can give them run list manually.
right, lay it out. Fred.
So how are you going to approach the mint with like details? Maybe you have different phases, different prices. What are your thoughts?
Okay, so we do some pre-sales too, right? So we have pre-sale, we have guarantee whitelist and extended whitelist, and then public. I think only 4 phases.
And the price is the same for all of them?
Currently, I think only the public has a different price. All the others are the same.
Gotcha. Cool.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Bill fucking Murray.
Cool. I got rugged from my project account, but I'm back. So one more question, and I'll leave you alone. Since you said there's 4 different characters, I guess, of the art.
Yes.
I
Yes.
love art, and any reason for me to hold one of each?
Okay, so no matter you like to have a teenager feel or for your PFP, or a female feel, or a tough guy feel, like for every of the art style supporter, I believe we can provide you something that you want, because there are so many different kind of traits for all of the 4 characters. So I really believe, like, even if you cannot meet something that you like, you can definitely choose like something you really really are proud of using it as your PFP, like in the secondary market. Because every time I release some sneak peeks first in our server, like all our core team members, they're almost like fighting to get that as their their PFP in the server.
Any utility reason to hold one of each, though?
Okay, so there are 3 reasons you need to hold NFT of Rentii. The first one is we do the profit share. So if you are holding our NFT, you can share for your whole life about the profit we made in this platform, which is the transaction fee. And then the second benefit is you can enjoy a major discount of the transaction fee while you rent out your NFT. So you can consider this also like the loyalty program we run for our platform. So if you go to the other platform to rent your NFT, like it's fine, but you don't have the discount of the transaction fee. The third advantage is you can vote in our community that what kind of NFT you would like to try, and then we will use our team treasury to purchase those NFT for our members to rent to try out the features.
Exciting stuff. All right, Rentii.
I enjoy all the questions here. That's one of the toughest MA I've been to. I totally didn't expect, but they're all so great questions.
Thank you. You said that you're a listener sometimes as well, right?
Yep.
I love it. You're welcome anytime. If we don't have any more questions, I think we're going to start to round it off. Rentii, do you want to share anything last with the listeners?
Okay, so I want to emphasize a little bit, in the end of this MA, which is more about like a vision, right? So although we're doing the renting technology for the current NFT space. However, you can imagine like renting is a daily activity we have, right? So we rent a flat. For example, I rent a flat now. We rent a car. We rent a software. We rent a label service. We rent a hotel to stay for one night. So we are doing renting every day, like in our real life. So if we are all here to believe that one day blockchain is going to be applied to the whole world, the whole world will adopt to the technology of blockchain and also, let's say, Solana, right? So you can imagine while all these services there when they're integrated into the blockchain, and then all this renting behavior are all being used on the blockchain, and there will be the time when Rentii can really show its potential in this market.
That is very true, and a great vision that I think you'll surely realize. Going to be exciting to see you guys around. Thank you so much for the great responses and also all the speakers. We've had a bunch of questions today. All were great. Fred, do you want to share? Maybe you want to talk about. Have you guys decided on any mint yet?
No, man, no update on this side yet. Maybe the only thing that I want to share is on Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern, we do have a really exciting event going on. It's going to be a Twitter space, and we're doing something innovative. We're going to actually co-create lore on a Twitter space with the community. So, obviously we have our base lore and base mythology that you all can see in the Discord. And there's going to be an event that we do for the new moon. For those of you who are out of touch with the universe, it's fucking new moon on Saturday. So let's celebrate that. Let's create a ritual together. And there's going to be some sacrifices happening on the space, and that's going to decide the next chapter of the lore. And so that's just what I wanted to announce. And we're going to have a tweet out later today or tomorrow, I think. And for those of you interested in this kind of stuff, come by. And that's it for me. No further announcements.
Exciting stuff. All right, gotta check that out. Sorry for my background noise. My coffee machine is going crazy. All right, thank you guys so much, and for that, and also to our community that always shows our emails. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate every single one of you. We will be back in 2 hours with two new projects. So if you like to listen to us, feel free to come on that one.
Thank you. I will.
Awesome, guys. Yes. Thanks again, guys.
Much love, Adam. Looking forward to see the hustle continue, man. 3 projects per day. That's a good pace, man.
Yeah, I think that's our average at this point. Yes, for sure. We're going to be here for a long time. I can promise you that. All right. Perfect,
thank you.
Guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. See ya.
Ciao. Everyone. Bye.